Okay, so we have another Am I the A-hole thread from a woman. And what I always say about women writing these Am I the A-hole posts, they are simply looking for validation for feeling normal human emotions. And we have another man taking his frustrations out on plants. Okay, here we go. Am I the a-hole for arguing with my husband over a plant? So she's 30, he's 40. My husband and I have been going back and forth over a small mint plant in our yard. It was planted by our landlord's grandmother as it was her favorite plant. Now I love that plant. I make herbal tea out of it, and it's a natural bug repellent. It lives on the left portion of the front of our house. The problem began when my husband took over mowing the yard. Before, we paid someone to cut the grass and they would leave it alone, but he would go out there and cut it down, claiming they must not have seen it. Now I'm a stay at home mom until my youngest goes to school. We agreed that I take care of the inside, he takes care of the outside. The trouble began when I noticed him continually cutting the mint down. When I asked, he claims not to have seen it. So I put garden bricks around them. The next time he mowed, I watched him throwing the bricks aside to cut them down again. I confronted him and he said that I should start mowing all the time if I don't want it chopped down. I tried to compromise with him on taking turns mowing if he would leave it alone. He only answers with, "You know, I'm just going to mow it down again on my turn." We argued back and forth for several minutes, ending in him telling me I can transplant it before he mows again. He mows weekly, and this type blooms in late April to early May. He also tried to say that when he got me flowers on Mother's Day back in 2021, I let them die and they were torn up by the root by the neighbor's dog. And he hasn't even told me Happy Mother's Day since or acknowledged me on that day. Here's where I may be the jerk. When he told me he is going to put out a garden, I have to help him. I will admit I lost it. I shouted at him that if he puts out his garden, I will mow it down since that's what you do when you don't want to fool with it. Now we aren't speaking. I don't think I'm in the wrong, but now that I have cooled off, I want to know, am I the a-hole? Absolutely not. This woman reacted. You reacted to maliciousness, mean spiritedness. And why was he even doing this on purpose? There was something that you that you liked, that you wanted to take care of, that you tried to protect, and he went out of his way to destroy it. Even so, just moving bricks to destroy it. What kind of life will you have with somebody that goes out of their way, not even to just be apathetic to something that you enjoy, but to destroy something? Ladies, ladies, we have got to be okay with being single, because being single has to be better than being with someone who goes out of their way to destroy something. This is not good for your mental health. And I cannot imagine going into your retirement with somebody that purposely can't stand you, and why. This doesn't even make sense to me. So this person says, not the a-hole. Your response was in full frustration, dealing with an adult acting like a child. He's purposely destroying things you enjoy. He's not even pretending to do it accidentally. He's telling you he is going out of his way to destroy something simply because you like it. He's then telling you it's your fault that a dog came onto your property and ate the plants he got you. He's literally punishing you for the act a dog did that doesn't even belong to you. There's no way someone acting so terribly doesn't act this way with so many different aspects of life. It's sad and pathetic for a human to act the way he's acting. You're fully justified in being completely over his worse than a toddler like action. I couldn't imagine being in a relationship with someone like that. Exactly. This person says, not the a-hole. I don't understand your husband's problem. You love the plant and the ability to have fresh mint to eat. He doesn't seem to have any reason for destroying it except to spite you. What else is going on in your relationship that he's trying to play it out on the poor plant? And the OP says, sadly, no, not that I can think of. And this isn't the first time I've tried to grow something that he destroyed. So why stay with him? He's destroying something that you're trying to have. Men would not stay with somebody that was purposely destroying their things. Men would not. Why do women put up with this mess? Okay, Tall Law says, to me, that sounds very intentional and spiteful on his part. You deserve better and you deserve a mint plant. Okay, Buffy asks, why are you with someone who goes out of their way to destroy something you have repeatedly told them is important to you? Like, obviously not the a-hole, but is this how you want to spend the next 60 years of your life? And then OK Childhood says, OP replied to my earlier comment asking what good points he had. And it was that he was funny, charming, hardworking, and good with the kids. Then she deleted it. Not sure why. If a man is funny, charming, and hardworking, it does not erase being malicious and spiteful. It just doesn't. It's not an equation that works itself out. Not the a-hole. He repeatedly mows down the plant to the extent of throwing the bricks aside you put out there to protect it. Um, to the point where she's talking about I should start mowing all the time if I don't want it chopped down. That literally makes no sense. Neither does the Mother's Day flowers reaction. She's responding to when he told me he's going to put out a garden, I have to help. I admit I lost it. This person says I don't blame you. His reactions just seem so out of left field and disproportionate. Could something else be going on? The person at the bottom says, not the a-hole, but seriously, does your husband even like you? Because from what I'm reading, the obvious answer is no. Y'all, you do not have to stay married to somebody that doesn't like you. You just don't have to. We are living in a day. We are living in a day and time where you can divorce. You don't have to survive with a mean-spirited, spiteful man. You just don't. Jump in the comments. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to like, comment, and share. So we have another plant story. This man posted this in the Alocasia subreddit. He says, help, urgent, marriage is in danger. And then he posted this picture. The caption, so my wife loves her alocasia, and I'm afraid I might have destroyed it. We kept it in our living room over the winter, and it was thriving as well as it could indoors over the northern Pennsylvania winter, maintaining and growing leaves over the months. Well, so here's where I had screwed up. I thought that the plant was growing too tall and the base was looking kind of ugly. So I thought if I cut it down at the end of winter, it would just grow back and continue its growth. It hasn't changed in about over a month. I have many questions. How do I save it? Should I cut a thin layer off the tops, cover in soil because the exposed tops are drying out, and put it outside? I'm trying to do my research, but it's hard to find something specific to my situation. This is my SOS to you wonderful, smart, plant loving people. Why? Okay, so this person says, for future references, stop touching her. LOL. Why? It says, my wife loves her alocasia, so it's her plant. Why are you touching it? What is wrong with these people? Even good intentioned sounding men. What is wrong? And the thing is, the reason why I don't give these people the benefit of the doubt anymore is because too many of them seem to be destroying women's stuff for malicious reasons. This person says, I'm trying to understand the thought patterns that led you to cut this plant, especially knowing she loved it. How you thought it looked ugly, so you decided to cut it without you talking to her about it first. It will probably grow back, decrease the watering a bit because there are really no leaves to use up the energy. Consider exploring this situation with a therapist. Also, the portion you cut could probably be water propagated. This person says, exactly my thoughts for this comment. This person says, rest in peace, plant, and then crossed out plant, and then typed marriage. This person says, I checked for corms. And keep in mind, I don't know anything about this plant, so I don't know what a corm is. Little seed like nuggets, potentially new plants. In the meantime, you should buy her a plant that she's been looking at twice. That'll lessen the aggro, but now the main plan is in play. Number 1, find corms. Number 2, look up how to grow corms. Number 3, grow them. Number 4, once established, plants form, keep propagating till you have enough babies to shock and awe. Number 5, hop over to the pub, grab a beer, and stare off into the distance as the sun sets like the 90s. Good luck. This person says Dizzy has it right. To piggyback off their advice and offer somewhat relationship advice on top, OP, try to salvage any corms you can. As a wife with a hubby who is clueless about the dozens of plants in the home, my honest advice is the effort you put in will be more valuable than anything else. Make the corms your project, not another thing for her to do and monitor. Do research, put real effort into it. Buying her a placeholder alocasia in the meantime is solid. Search plant nurseries in your area. They can help you to find fun stuff to get you out of the doghouse. But if you show any interest, okay, so this is some nice words and everything. And that's if this man wasn't being malicious in the first place in destroying this plant. But, like, good luck, whatever. So someone had cross posted this on my BurbNBougie subreddit and said what it looked like 2 months ago. And Careless Balance says, it was beautiful. He did this on purpose. And so this was the plant. You can see by the name Revolutionary Bit 990, that is the name of who posted this. You go back over here, Revolutionary Bit 990 is the same person. So this person already posted a very flourishing and healthy plant. This man did this on purpose. Grumpy on Main says, I'm sad I didn't think of this, but my first partner said that it sounds like he did this on purpose, possibly even with malice, and then made that post to cover his butt by making it look like an honest mistake. The only alternative is that hubby is exceptionally stupid and or careless. Either way, not good husband material. I'd sever the marriage like he severed my plant and make a Reddit post like, I may have thrown a good man away over something silly. What do I do? And let him witness the dump him sis comments. I immediately thought that he did it on purpose just because I've seen way too many plant conversations popping off. Creepy Night says, men hate it when we love anything but them. Plants, pets, children, hobbies, interests, ourselves. I tell you, selfish cretins. Parum Dumb Mania says, my dad said my mom was too emotional and pathetic when she thought she lost her beloved tea sets she had for over 2 decades. Thankfully, she found them, but she drilled him. Men are so pathetic. I'm just going to leave that at that. These plants, anytime a man is destroying your stuff on purpose, even if they are acting like, whoops, I didn't even know what I was doing, ask yourself, is he malicious and careless with his own things? If the answer is no, why is he even touching your stuff? But then, two, then why is he touching your things and being like clueless? Is he clueless at work? No? Oh, okay. Then he's doing it on purpose. Jump in the comments. Let me know what you think about this. Don't forget to like, comment, and share. So we have talked about men and their humor, or how their jokes are not usually jokes. It's just really how they feel about things. This woman posted this in the 2X chromosomes subreddit saying, asking men direct, neutral questions about their offensive statements is the funnest thing in the world. She says, I started doing this a couple of years ago, and it's so gratifying. Here's the first instance where I ever did it. I was in a hardware store and needed some chain cut. The female employee helping me did not work in that department, and the cutting machine was acting up. She called on the radio for someone who worked in the department to come help. A male employee came striding in jauntily down the aisleway. He said, 2 women having trouble in a hardware store? Why am I not surprised? Y'all, I had this crossroads moment where I considered ignoring it like I'd always ignored similar comments, and then I decided that I didn't give an F. I spoke in a neutral tone and asked, what did you say? Now, the thing is, if someone truly doesn't think that there's anything wrong with what they said, they should be willing to repeat it. Did this man do that? Nope. He shrugged and avoided eye contact. He said that he hadn't said anything. I replied that I was sure that he had and asked him to repeat himself. He said that it had just been a joke. I asked him what the joke was because I hadn't heard it. He continued to deflect and did not answer me. Again, I was asking questions in a level, calm voice without any emotion whatsoever. Afterwards, I went to his boss and explained. It felt great, euphoric even, and I've done it ever since. It is the most empowering feeling. Obviously, discretion becomes necessary in situations where you might get hurt, but in general, asking men to explain their dump is the most effective way to get them to stop in their tracks. I highly recommend it. 10 out of 10. Wonderful experience. I don't have to stand there and be silent while men talk, and it won't change their minds or their behavior. But I know that I've made it clear that I'm aware of their bullshit. I love when obviously someone tagged me. You can see that they tagged my name down there. But this is so important. We have got to stop staying silent and stop giggling at their misbehaviors. That's why they continue it, because they think that it's funny. Stop finding their crass humor, their supposed jokes funny, because it's not funny. This person says repeating it back to them deadpanned or confused works. Two women in a hardware store? Okay, this person says, yes, this is the less confrontational version. They will usually feel more confident repeating it, and then you can paint them in the explain why this is funny corner. This person says, I love that corner, my favorite corner in the world. This person says, yes, say, I don't get it, and force them to explain why their joke was funny. Rebel Ray says, this is genuinely one of my favorite things I've learned online, just to stay calm and let them talk themselves into a corner. It's so satisfying, and I'm glad it worked for you. Flat Eric says, for any men also reading this, I would highly encourage you to take this angle with men who say shitty things around you because they think you're a safe person to be around. Don't let them. Exactly. If you're a man and you don't, if and you want to be a not all man, hold these men accountable. Don't let them be a-holes towards women simply because they can. Scold's Bridal says, thank you for doing that. It's unfortunate, but men take pushback from other men more seriously because totally not sexist reasons, right? And Account N4 says, it doesn't have to be a man talking about women. This works for any a-hole talking over other people, making racist jokes, etc. We all won't find things funny. We all will have different things. Our humor is different. But sexism, racism, bigotry overall is not funny. And I know some people are having issues with that. I know some people are having issues with that because it's woke, it's PC, but being an a-hole is not in currently, and you might have to change your behaviors. Jump in the comments. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to like, comment, and share.